Hey, Heidi here, and I am excited to show you color blocking for this really cute Highlander cow. So we're going to start with 3 colors. We're going to use a flat brush, and the 3 colors we're going to use are honey brown, burnt umber, and burnt sienna. Now, if you look at this, it's okay as long as you have just 3 different shades of brown, it's totally fine. And if you want the free tracer for this, remember, go to paintpartycow.com so that you can grab the free tracer. And then if you want all 10 videos that show you step by step from how to add the texture, where you can see we've already done here, to every single thing that I'm going to teach you on this cute Highlander cow, then just go to paintpartycow.com, get the free tracer, and then for $10, only $1 for each video. I actually think I have a couple more than just the 10 videos. So for $1 a video, you're going to get all of these little snippets that show you everything from how to add the flowers to the highlighting, all of that. So what we're doing now is color blocking. So for paint parties, this is very important, and also for people who are new to painting. So what I'm doing is I am using about a 6-round or a 4-round brush. It's just a basic brush that you can get. And you just want to have a smaller brush. And what I went ahead and did was took the back of the brush and put the dot of where I wanted the colors to go. So I'm going to use the honey brown for this bottom part of his lip. And then, or her lip, I guess I should say. And then we're going to go ahead and bring this over. Is a Highlander cow a boy or a girl? Let me see. Let's see if I can. Or are they both, right? They can be both, right? I know y'all are cringing right now if you know things about cows. I'm Googling. Let's see. What are the male Highlander cows? They're called, well, the females are called cows. Oh, so they are male. Male Highlands are called bulls, while females are, oh no, they're both. Okay. All right. So I just want to say right now that if you're making fun of me, just hold on, okay? Because we all have our little things about us, and sometimes I don't know all the things about cows, but I do know how to paint a cute one, and I'm going to show you that. So you're in good hands if you want to know how to paint a cute cow. You are not in good hands if you want a whole history lesson on Highlander cows. One time I was painting some kind of bird, and I remember one inquisitive lady was asking all of these questions about the bird, and I was like, I don't even know what the bird's called. Like, and sometimes I make up my birds. Like I just make I'll make really pretty like painted birds, and so sometimes I just don't know what they are. So please forgive me for that if that's you. Okay, so the good news is we're going to be color blocking this part of the eye too. So use that same brush. And what I want you to do right now, because you're probably feeling it as well if you're painting this with me, is it's probably not looking as cute as you had hoped. Now, it's not supposed to right now. You are adding in this kind of this base. It's like when you're baking a cake, you got to put all the ingredients together, stir it around, all of that stuff, right? It's kind of that same thing with painting. A lot of times it doesn't come together until the end. So I want to encourage you to remember that. And then I also want to encourage you to remind your painters, if you're teaching at a paint party, that it will be okay. All right. And you want to give them a little bit of a time frame to color block this, because you don't want them doing the color blocking, which matters, yes, because we need the base on there. But if they spend all the time on it, then they're going to miss out on having all the fun of doing like the shaggy hair, which is coming up soon. All right, so I'm going to rinse that. Now what I'm going to do is add that darker color, and I'm using burnt umber, but you can just use any kind of dark color, dark brown. And you can do, seriously, you could actually make this like hot pink if you wanted. You can make a hot pink Highlander cow. You can make any colors that you wanted, but I'm just showing you a way to color block it. So if you were doing a whole pink cow, which I think would be awesome. I'm kind of wishing I would have went pink. I could have done, for example, or a turquoise cow. I could have picked 3 different shades of pink. or 3 different shades of turquoise, for example, and then done the background a different shade. So there's endless ways you can do this. All right, so we're adding this burnt umber. And again, don't stress too much about all of the extra. We're going to add that in a little bit. So go ahead and crank up your music and just start adding that on. Now, if you didn't see the video before this, I showed you how to do a texturing, and we talked a lot about texturing. So if you missed that video, make sure you go grab it. For $10, you can get all 10, I think maybe 11 videos actually. As I was planning it out and starting to paint it, I think it's going to be 11. So, and they're really short, easy videos that you can follow along, and you'll get it in kind of like a library database. So you'll just kind of be able to always go to the certain page and grab those videos. So very, very excited for you to have that at your fingertips that can help you. Okay, so I'm just going to bring this piece of hair. This is kind of going this way. And remember that free tracer? If this confuses you with the pencil, you can always trace it with the pencil and then do a Sharpie over it. So you could take a Sharpie and then just draw those lines over it. So for example, I could have all this drawn up, so then I can kind of see it a little bit better. So that kind of goes to the nose like that, right? So then it could show up just a little bit better for us. Okay, so I'm just adding this dark brown and then telling my customers, because again, these Highlander cows are so popular. You see them everywhere. And I, just showed a picture of one of the Highlander cows and booked a party for 50 people. I have many people inside of Paint Party headquarters, which is where I give you hundreds of designs and teach you how to do paint parties that are already booking parties from these Highlander cows. And the great news about Paint Party headquarters, and I'm going to go ahead and switch to the mid version here so I can start adding that in, is not only are the paintings from me, but they're also from really great guests. So like this Highlander cow was from one of our awesome art instructors who owns her own paint party business. Her name's Julie. So the cool thing about when you get into Paint Party headquarters, and if you want to learn more about that, just, text me or, let me know. But you can get not only hundreds of designs from me, but we have guests that share designs. So it's not just my style. There's all different kinds of styles, but every painting is created and developed for you with the Paint Party business in mind, so that okay, I'm going to be able to use this to make money with my paint parties. And that's what we're all about, is helping you with that. All right, so I'm just bringing this down here, almost like his or her bangs. And what about kind of naming this? Let's start to grow some attachment here. What could we name our cow? I'm going to name mine Piper. So mine's going to be called Piper. So you can name yours if you want. You can copy my name if you want. I don't mind sharing. Piper the cow. We heard a name the other day, which one of our members has named this, but Pixie heard it for the first time, Gidget. And I was like, oh, I love Gidget, and I love her name so much. How cute is that? Now I'm going to name this one Piper the cow, and then I'm just grabbing it still with that smaller brush and just filling it in. And so again, this part looks a little strange, but you got to just go with it, okay? We're about to get crazy with all the stuff on the next video. We're going to show you exactly how to make it shaggy and all of that great stuff. So I want you to not stress right now, just paint. All right, let's take our big deep breath. And if you do pray, you can say a little prayer of gratitude and thank God for giving you the moment to paint and the desire to want to paint. It's a really cool thing you can do your entire life. So take a moment just to be grateful for that. Painting, it's crazy, you know, and I hear this with a lot of the girls and guys in paint party headquarters. We start out doing a paint party business, and I know for me, I literally started out doing a paint party business for, oh, that's supposed to be dark down there, sorry. I'm going to actually make this part, it's going to be the darker brown, so I'm just going to grab it and go right on top of it. See, it's okay if you mess up. It's another great thing about painting, you can just go straight over it. It's not a big deal. But one of the cool things about doing paint parties and teaching paint parties is, and I've heard this from so many men and women in paint party headquarters, is that, you know, when I first started doing this, I was doing it to make extra money. Like I needed extra money and I thought, oh my gosh, I could, you know, I was a teacher at the time making $22,000 a year. For those of y'all that don't know, I was a teacher for 10 years. We went bankrupt, lost everything. And then, you know, started this surfboard painting business. And it ended up changing my whole life and my whole perspective on how I could, you know, change my life with entrepreneurship and have, you know, more control and more freedom over my schedule. Well, I remember just having this paint party and realizing like, oh my gosh, it was just a couple of hours and I made more than I would make an entire week, for example, teaching. So it changed my whole perspective on teaching and on earning money, on what could happen. And so when I moved back to Texas, you know, we were in Florida for about 10 years. That's where I had my surfboard painting business. When we moved back to Texas, you know, North Texas at the time, you know, we didn't have so much. We had the internet at that time, but we couldn't just go live on Facebook yet. That wasn't a thing. You know, we sometimes often forget that these things that are available to us, we think they've been there together, you know, forever. You know, it's 2016 is when Facebook Lives started, and now it's, you know, created this whole new world of how we can paint. You know, exactly why you're seeing me right now is probably from a Facebook Live or something via video. So what I wanted to share with you is that I went to do paint parties to, you know, obviously make extra money. What I wasn't ready for and what I didn't expect to happen, I'm going to make this part a little bit more of that skin color. And remember, when you get the tracer, the free tracer is at paintpartycal.com. When you grab the free tracer at paintpartycal.com, remember that you're going to be able to use the tracer and have the exact lines. So you won't get confused as much by watching me. You'll be able to just use those same lines like a color blocking. So one of my very first paint parties, you know, I remember one of my big paint parties that, you know, I was on my own doing this, and I got an email from a lady that said, you know, it was helping her with her PTSD. And I was reading it crying. It changed my life. It changed my purpose, really, because at the beginning, my purpose was to just make extra money, right? Teacher salary, not making a lot, could go teach a paint party, make a lot. You know, simple, not a big deal, right? Then I got this email and it changed my whole perspective. It changed it from, oh my gosh, not only could I make money doing this, but what if, just like art healed and helped me, what if I could help other people too? And then I started thinking, what if this is more than just a paint party? What if this really isn't about a paint party at all? And it really opened up my mind in the way I started thinking about stuff. It really wasn't just about a paint party. So I thought that was pretty powerful, a pretty big lesson I learned there. So anyway, this is color blocking. We're gonna, in a second, we're gonna add some shaggy hair to this in the next video. Now, if you want access to all of these videos in your own little fun little library that you can go to and rewatch and pause, whatever, go to paintpartycal.com, grab the free tracer, and then you're going to be asked through email or through the next page if you want all of these videos for only $10. Again, I'm teaching you blending, texturing, how to trace, how to add the eyes where they look like they're alive, adding flowers, highlights, what do you do when you goof up, how to bling it, all the seasons, things like that. Go ahead and click and buy those for just $10. And then if you want to learn more about Paint Party Headquarters, you'll be able to find out more there. And I can't wait to help you. And I hope you enjoyed this. Just go to paintpartycal.com.